Good morning. I wanted to do a quick video showing you how to use GoGuardian to monitor your students. When you find your GoGuardian website, usually what I do, I just go to Google and I type in GoGuardian in the search, and the first one that comes up is our GoGuardian. All right. And what you're going to do when you get to this page here, click sign in. And this is going to bring you here. Always click login with Google. There's no need for us to input usernames and passwords. And if you are using a PC, it's going to give you the options of all of the Google accounts that may be logged onto your PC. Choose the one that is for school. Make sure you choose the school account. If you are using a Chromebook, it's going to log in because there are no other accounts that are going to be listed within that Chromebook. It's just going to be the one account that you signed in with. Now, once you sign into GoGuardian, the page that you are going to see is your classroom page. Remember, if you need to import a classroom to Google, you can simply click import. Choose the class that you want to import, scroll down at the bottom, and click import class. Once you import that class is instantly added to your classroom list. Now that you have all your classes, what you are going to do is click on the class that you choose to monitor. For special teachers, we have a bunch of classes that we want to monitor, but for classroom teachers, you guys usually have one or two. It's not necessary to have more than one class for your subjects. You can keep one class for all of the subject areas, and eventually you'll be able to see how you can change scenes for each subject. Okay. And since you're monitoring the students, you can pick and choose where you want them to go anyway without a scene. Okay, so what's going to happen once you choose your classroom, you'll have your section where it says sessions, students, recordings, teachers, and other settings. For your sessions, this is what you're going to do to start your session to view your students. You know, the student section is where you're at, where you will add students. Recordings is if you had recorded something that a child did, that's where it would be saved, screenshots and things like that. Teachers, this is where you'll add teachers, and settings are other things like settings with session settings, scenes, and things of that nature. We're going to bypass that right now and just focus on what we use the most and what would be easier for us to do what we need to do, which is monitor the students. So now you're in the session section, and again, this is where it automatically goes once you click your classroom. Over to the right, you will see where it says select an end time to start a session for Mr. Caesar's class, or for your class. It'll say that. When will the class be over? Now, you can choose the set times that's inside of the options, or you can do a custom in. What a lot of people do is a custom in, where they will have GoGuardian in at the end of the day. All right. So just for the sake of this, I am going to choose 3 p.m. for our session to end. Okay. And so now it'll actually count down during the day how long I have for this session to until this session ends. After I change my custom end time, I'm going to click start session. All right. And once I hit start session, all of my student screens will start to appear. Now, this is where you can monitor all the children. These little squares right here, these little icons, these things that you see down here, these are just the little icons that are showing you where the students are. If they're in the classroom, like you can see right here, this child is on TestNav. ABCYA, they're in a classroom, they have a Smarty Pants link open, they have some other link open. If it's too much happening for a child in terms of all of these links that are open, you can go in and close all of these links. You can close those links, okay? If a child is somewhere that they should not be, you can click on the child's page, go to open a tab, type in the website that you want the child to be on, click open tab, and it will automatically send them to that screen. Let's say you want the whole class to go to one site. Over here where it says select students, you can click that arrow. I'm sorry, click this little box right here, check it. Okay, at the bottom, click open new tab, type in the website, that website that you want them to go to, click open tab. All of their screens will start to load and go to that particular place. If you have one or two students, a few that you want to send to that particular website, all right? Click on the students that you want to go to the particular site, click open new tab, type the website that you want them to go to, open tab, and their pages will start to change, okay? Now, let's say we have a child that is somewhere that's inappropriate, and we have to make sure we have like documentation or show an image or something like that of where the child is. What we are going to do here, and just for the sake of example, we'll click screenshot. And now that screenshot of where the child was, that place that they should not have been, is saved. And now you have a screenshot of what where the child was or what the child was doing. Okay. Now, let's say we have those screenshots and you want to know where they go. If you go back to that full list that contains all of the students' screens, it has a section for screenshots. You can click here, and then that screenshot is going to be saved there. And then you can actually download it and send it as an attachment. Okay, let's say that we have lunch, right? During lunch, you don't necessarily want to close your session. You can end session, but you don't necessarily want to end your session or turn your session off. You can simply just leave, okay? Leave your classroom, go do what you have to do. You don't have to hit a sign out. And even if you do hit sign out, that session will still be going on. When you come back, click classroom, go back to your session, and notice now, instead of it being green to start session, it's in blue to go to session. All right. And it'll just pick up right where you left off. So you don't necessarily have to end it. When the session's over and your day is over, you will click end session. And you clicking in session will send an email to you that's going to document all the different places that the children went during your class for today. All right. Okay, so I think that kind of settles it. One thing you don't have to worry about doing at this moment right now is changing the scenes. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but to keep it easy, let's just go to our classroom, choose your classroom, change your time, start a session. And then, like I said, you'll be able to see all the children's screens. You'll be able to manipulate where they're going and things of that nature. I hope this is helpful. Have a good day.